Hello, I'm Jackson Drumgoole, host of Stepping with the Giants. Stepping with the Giants is a podcast for leaders, inspirational leaders, aspirational leaders, individuals that want to grow and develop in their skills and leadership. Today, I have the privilege of speaking with the president and CEO of Destination Augusta, Mr. Bennish Brown. All right, Bennish Brown, man, I'm so honored that you would join me on today. You mind if we take a walk so I can pick your brain a little bit?
I'd love to.
Man, let's walk.
I'd love to spend time with you.
Let's do it.
Okay.
After you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. So again, beautiful day today here in Augusta, Georgia.
They call this Chamber of Commerce days. You see that on television?
Yeah.
I call it a tourism office day.
Tourism office day.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that. Bennish, you are the president and CEO. First of all, let's start here. I get you, the president and CEO of Destination Augusta. But who is Bennish Brown?
I am the product of growing up in a small town in South Carolina, Hampton, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Used to be known for the Watermelon Festival.
Nice.
My dad was a mechanic.
Wow.
Died in 1999.
Wow.
Was a mechanic. My dad was an entrepreneur. The more I think about it in life, he worked, his day job was working for the school district, the buses for the school district, when school districts own their own buses. Now I think they have vendors. So my dad was a bus mechanic by day.
Yep.
Then he'd come home at night, might grab a meal, but he was back out in the yard as a mechanic. We had a shop at our house where he worked on cars. So.
Yeah.
And he raised pigs as a hobby, but I had to take care of those pigs. Yes.
How old were you then?
I was not old enough at that point to have a driver's license, but he made me learn to drive so I could handle the chores that needed to be handled. Our pigs were off site at some property my grandparents owned.
That is awesome.
And I'll just tell you, teaching humility, my dad taught me humility both by authority and by, my job in the summer or year round was to, after I learned to drive his truck, was to pick up slop for those pigs. That's before DHEC got involved in there.
So no child labor laws?
No child labor law, exactly. And the thing about it, in the summertime in South Carolina, and everybody have those relatives who went up to New York and would come back during the summer to visit family and friends. Some of the best looking girls would come back home during the summer. And I had to pick up slop. I didn't get a break from picking up slop. That was my job.
Come on.
My dad expected me to do it.
Wow.
And I did it.
Wow.
So I'm a product of two parents who didn't always say yes, but they knew when to say no.
That's right.
My mom was educated. My dad was an 8th grade education, but was the best education I ever had. So I'll summarize it that way.
I love it, man. Bennish, I tell you, phenomenal upbringing. Most people wouldn't see it that way. But obviously, it seemed like it shaped you in some sense for what you're doing now. I mean, hard work is not foreign to you.
Dr. Drumgoole, if you can pick up slop in the heat of the summer, it's not a pleasant thing to look at with maggots in there. Pretty girls walking the street. I always say my dad prepared me for anything because I thought if I could do that, not even being teased by my friends, because my friends knew that was my job. It could have been I could have had so many nicknames from doing that. But my friends respected that it was a job I needed to do. So he prepared me to do anything, and that's the way I've approached every job. There's nothing I can't do. If I could pick up slop in the summer, there's nothing else.
I'm about to run down the street. Come on, I love it. And now today, you're president and CEO of Destination Augusta. Well, I'll ask this question. This tourism industry, because that's what you're in.
That's what this is.
It's not just T-shirts, trinkets, hats, and mugs, obviously.
No, sir.
What exactly is Destination Augusta? And talk to me a little bit about the economic impact for the city.
First of all, I have just a high honor to lead an organization that gets to brag about the city we live in. Our job is to be top of mind for individuals, for families who are deciding we need to get away, we need to go enjoy some kind of experience, and or for that meeting planner or that convention planner who's saying we need to find a location for our event. Our job is to keep that top of mind. But we represent what I call an integrated industry. We are the hospitality, tourism, travel industry. In this metro region, 26,000 people wake up every day to have a meaningful career or bring home a paycheck in this industry.
26,000.
26,000. We are among the top, it fluctuates sometimes, we're among the top 3 or 4 employment sectors in the metro area. It's kind of invisible because it's, you go to a bakery to get your morning meal,
get your bagel,
get your coffee. That's a part of this industry. You fly out of Augusta Regional Airport.
Very nice airport.
That's a part of this industry.
Very nice airport.
So we are an integrated industry that truly, again, represents just services at all levels. Services that are available to locals, but they're services that attract people from out of area. We are an $800 million impact in this community. New money.
Say that number again for me.
$800 million.
Wow.
We keep growing. We've doubled over the course of about 10 years. I came in 2018. We looked at some numbers from about 2014. We were about a $400 million industry. I think we're 2 or 3 years away from being a $1 billion industry with a B.
That's a B.
Yes, sir.
A capital B.
A capital B.
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
What are some of the drivers that would pull those levers for the city of Augusta? What do you think?
Well, small business. That's the heartbeat of I think what makes Augusta unique. We want to travel to places where we can't get that same experience elsewhere.
I agree.
Nothing against chains. Chains are valuable to us. But we are so unique with our small businesses, our niche businesses. We're strong. We are such I think an ethnic enriched community.
I totally agree.
Our medical community here brings in such a richness of diverse ethnicities. Our colleges, our cyber industry, our military.
We have
military. So all of that brings an influence on the flavor of our community.
And I want to ask you this question: to both attract and keep people here in Augusta. What are some of those key factors?
Talent recruitment is a part of our industry that we've seen slowly since COVID. If you talk to my peer on the West Coast, all of us are now saying over the past 5 years, not only are we here to promote our community, we're here to help attract talent. Because people can work anywhere they want to work now, Dr. Drumgoole.
That's true.
So how do we get those creatives here in our community? So that's a big important part. And part of that is, we have a part of our team that we have the traditional marketing and sales teams, but we have a part of our team called destination development. You gotta have assets.
Gotta have assets, okay.
Yes, that appeal to local people, and again, that appeal to those who want to visit us. You gotta have great parks. You gotta have entertainment. You have to have recreation, quality recreation.
And I do see a lot of growth right here. As I look around the city, I see a lot of growth. I see some different remodeling opportunities here in the city. So how's that coming?
I think we when I talk to some of my partners in the economic development realm, we are seeing net gains in businesses opening up here in Augusta.
What are some companies that have recently come to the city of Augusta that have changed the landscape a little bit? Is it? I heard Starbucks is here.
Starbucks is here.
Amazon.
Absolutely. Amazon is in the metro region. Even TaxSlayer, having been here, changes the landscape. Because you're bringing in new and vibrant young people. I'm trying to think of some other Industries.
Yeah,
exactly. Which hasn't even fully opened up yet to even build their product, but that's an international, that's a global industry.
It's a global industry.
I think, it's a European company, and they have already brought some of their top management group here from around the globe, and
that's
all of that impacts Augusta.
That's phenomenal.
Yes.
And I tell you, and so it seems like your upbringing, and you helped me out with this tonight, uniquely shaped you for your position, being able to work in multi-denominational and multi-dimensional areas. How has that shaped you?
I think, again, I'm going to say a lot about my dad, and I'm so fortunate. Before he passed away, I spoke back at my high school graduation one year, and by then I'd matured, and I really, was appreciative of some of the things that my dad and my mom instilled in me.
Right.
But I think, what prepared me for this? This is a relational business.
Yeah.
Transactions do have to take place.
Right.
But I have learned in my time. I remember being in college. I wanted to focus on my grades because I thought good grades got me everywhere.
Yeah.
And I began to watch people who got their first jobs right out of college. It took me 5 months to get my first job out of college.
Wow.
I was focused on the books. I wasn't focused on building that contact with that next person that could lend me a hand or give me an opportunity.
That's so true.
I tell you what, it only took me one time to learn that. My first job, I got fired at the radio station. First job out of college. I was hired as a salesperson in the radio. I stunk at it.
Yeah.
Interesting thing, my general manager at the station called me in one day, and he just fired me, had to let me go.
Wow.
But we'd built such a relationship.
Right.
About a month later, he called me back and said, I want you to be program manager for this station. I'm 23 years old.
As a program?
As a program manager. I control what happened all day at that station.
Wow.
Relationship.
Yeah.
So in my life, how does that relate to my life? Again, I'll go back to my dad.
Yeah.
My dad was a singer. He could sing. He was in a gospel group, but at church, my dad would get invited to go speak. In the South, you go on Sundays in the summer, you speak at these programs. Right. My dad would go to sing, but I had to speak. I was 13 or 14 years old in front of the church. So I learned early to communicate, to not be afraid of audiences, to build rapport.
Right.
And that's what I do now,
so
build rapport.
Your ability to connect with people was cultivated back then.
Absolutely.
Let's switch the conversation real quick to leadership.
Okay.
Because you got it, and you've been doing it at a high level. If you were to define your leadership philosophy, what would that look like?
There's a philosophy I like that I got out of a book, and then I'll tell you, and I like that one, but I'll tell you also what mine is.
Okay.
John Maxwell is a leadership, I guess, expert that some of us kind of look to. And I always remember in his book, one of his first chapters in Discovering the Leader Within You, he said leadership, first and foremost, is influence.
Yes, I agree.
I believe that's a key part of leadership.
I agree. Yeah.
My personal leadership style, I believe, is helping people develop to be the best they can be. Then you give them the resources they need, and you move out of their way.
I love that.
That has worked for me.
I love that. Final question for you. If you had to start over, lost everything, what would you do? What would that look like?
If I lost everything, I think it would give me time to pause and really think, what makes me happy? And my rebound would be, let me build myself back up with the things that make me happy.
Oh God, that's deep. We don't focus on that enough. Sir, I appreciate your wisdom. I appreciate your insight. Bennish, thank you so much, man, for your time today.
Oh my goodness, thank you, sir.
Thank you for the time.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you for the walk.
Yes,
I learned a lot.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, man.
I can't wait to interview you.
Let's go. That's good.